lady's got to do what pregnant lady's got to do, right? Good morning. Welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. We are in the week of kidding season, our fall kidding season, and this is hurry up and wait time. I hate waiting on baby goats in kind of the best way. Like, I'm really excited, but waiting is hard. This here is the field that I seeded before we got some rains about, maybe it was 10 days ago. And I have noticed in doing some looking that we do have some things germinating. I'm not sure if this is the clover or not. Some of the crimson clover that I seeded and dropped underneath my trailer has germinated. So we can compare that seedling with the seedlings that are underneath the trailer. But I've still got the goats closed off from this area. I think I'm gonna keep them closed off so that the rye and the crimson clover can establish well, and the goats don't just eat it all as little tender seedlings, because they would. Good morning, mama's goats. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Laura. How we doing? Look at them. They've caught on that I've got something. It's just alfalfa. They do have goat treats in the shed. There. I know, what are these crazy kids doing, right, Christine? Back up. We need to check on our heavily pregnant mamas. I know you're a pregnant mama too. Can you back up? Good morning. So we're looking at Stormy and Marge. Winnie needs some attention. So Margie's udder does not look popped, so it doesn't look like she's gonna deliver today. Okay, hang on. Back up, Tizzy. Okay. I do see a little bit of discharge out of Stormy. And Stormy is a first freshener, and I did not see her bred, so I don't have an actual due date for her. It's very possible that she's due like right now. She could also be due in a week or two. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking when I don't see them bred, because I feel like I worry a lot more about if I'm gonna be missing the birth, especially with a first freshener. I like to be there for them to help with what I can. You know, it's all new experience for them. She does have multiples on board, I'm thoroughly convinced, and it's gonna be a lot for her all at once. So if I can help her clean off babies and get babies on the teat, then I really like to be able to do that. Come here, let's go out here. Of course, the ones that I want to come out here are not gonna come. Maybe if I walk further. There we go, I hear Margie's bell. People ask me, why does that one goat have a bell? Well, it's because the goats have quite a large pasture that they can graze on and browse on. This is what you see most of the time while I'm out here, but beyond those trees, there's a pond and there's another grassy area. So it's, you know, out of sight. And when they're out of sight, I can figure out where they are based on that one little bell. Oh no, are you guys being princesses because the grass is a little bit wet on your poor toes? Just wanted to get you girls out in the light so I can see you a little better. See, we've got some things happening back there. I need to watch you closely. Here, can I feel your liggies? No, she still has her ligaments are pretty tough. So goats, just like humans, they do have a mucus plug. It could be that, but we're getting close. I think sooner rather than later for her. And Margie's udder has a lot more that it could do for sure. She does not let me touch her. Ordinarily, when she does, she's in labor. So that's gonna be a tell as well. Come here, did you see where Daddy mowed? So ever since we moved into this property 6 summers ago, 5 years ago, we have been dealing with less than ideal pastures. This whole 9.5 acres was tobacco farmland at one point, so it was heavily cultivated, and then after it was sold, it was turned into horse pasture, and they did what they could to keep up with getting better grasses and things in here, but it's been hard because the land is so depleted. At the moment, we have a lot of this. I don't know what it is, this scrubby stuff. I haven't seen a lot of, we have less broom sedge. So in my eyes, this is looking better than it has in several years. Broom sedge is this stuff. It comes up green and it dries really crispy and orange, and it would make a nice broom. I'm sure that's why it's got the name that it has. Here's a better example of it. It's just quite stemmy and wiry, and it doesn't have that much nutrition. And really, we only have a couple large patches of broom sedge left out here. There are, patches here and there, but it's really not as bad as it used to be. And my husband was able to come out here. Oof. Oh, there's a hole. There's a lot of those crawdad mounds and things out here. It's kind of crazy to see a crustacean out in the middle of the field, but we do see it. But Levi came out here and he mowed down the broom sedge before it really went to seed. There were some seed heads on it, and so the goats still have a ton of forage. They've got all of this, they've got the pond, but we're trying to get ahead of the broom sedge. Ideally, what I'd like to do, and what I still may do this week, is grab some more ryegrass and come out here and take advantage of the fact that I can get to the soil over here now, or the seeds can get to the soil over here now, and I can plant something that the goats can partake of over the winter months. Usually they do not come out here in the fall and winter because, I don't know, their barn is right there, and if the forage, which does grow pretty well out here, if it's too far away, it's like they would rather just eat the hay and not make the trek. I'm really hoping to change that though. We do have winter grasses that are green year round, and I would love for them to forage on that and cut down our feed bill of hay, because these goats, all the goats that I keep, it takes about 1.5 bales every day to feed them. And we usually get a decent price on hay, but our hay guy did not have a great hay year, so he has nothing to sell us. Normally we can get an alfalfa and grass hay mix for $4.50 a bale, which is a steal. I know a lot of you know that. We don't get that option this year, so we've got to buy elsewhere where it's normally $10 to $12 a bale, which is 3 times almost as much. And so I would love for them to eat out here as much as possible. See, over here, there's some decent stuff. It's a little bit hard to tell what we're looking at, but we're told that a lot of it is orchard grass. And then of course, we've got the tree line, which we don't come over here that often. So we're gonna take advantage of this. Now, we do have a pond back here. The pond is supposed to be right in there where it looks like there's this bare field, this bare ground. That's supposed to be water, and we've been in somewhat of a drought. Now, according to the drought map, our county is not in a drought, but for some reason the rains just keep going around our specific property. So our little acreage in this neck of southwestern Kentucky is quite dry, and our pond is evidence of that. It's quite big. The pond is over 1 acre in size, and so there's water down there, but not up here right now. Because much of the goat content is shot out here where it's just flat grass. A lot of people are like, Heather, when are you gonna plant some trees for the goats? I'm like, I don't really need to. I know you don't know that, but there's a lot out here that it's a little bit of a hike, but they've come out here more often this year than they have any other year. So I think the herd is really getting used to the fact that this is here. They're getting comfortable coming out here. They know that it's safe for them. We just need them to do it over the fall and winter. So far, so good for fall time. Yeah, so it's a little squishy out here, but this is supposed to be pond. The water's way down there. So this is nearly as bad as it was a couple of years ago. This grassy area, it's all supposed to be underwater. 2 years ago when we had a real bad drought, the grass actually grew way out here, and we had a really nice patch of grass that the goats could eat off of, and it looks like really nice stuff. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's lush and beautiful. I mean, look at it. This is all supposed to be underwater, and it's not. And there's a bunch of little hoof prints. This is them. Possibly some deer too. But it's good stuff, huh, girls? Of course, I crouch and here comes Winnie. Go eat some grass, ma'am. Oh, you need a back scratching. Okay. Does that feel good? Yeah, that looks like a willow. Is that yummy? I normally can't partake of this part. Now it looks like we're getting to the part of the pond that has some water. I mean, it's covered in scum, or it looks like maybe some duckweed. As we get to this part of the pasture, you can kind of see over there where Levi mowed. But he really didn't have to mow much this year, which is encouraging. There's a little broom sedge. That's what that tall stuff is right there. But, you know, it's not bad. It's probably not excellent, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at out here, but I do know that the goats have been really healthy this year, and I'm very grateful. Got some stragglers. See, they've got a lot of space with quite a few trees that we don't show a whole lot on the camera. See, it looked smaller from back there, but there's quite a bit of water over here still. And a den of something. Don't know what. Here we've got some wild blackberry, and there's honeysuckle over there. This is where it gets a little bit sketchy for me to walk through, because I know that there's also poison ivy over here. They have been eating some of it, and goats can. You can see it on the tree here. They've eaten lower down, but that's poison ivy there, that big thick vine that's like melded with the tree. Isn't that crazy? The field next to us is a hay field. They've just seeded it down. We've got some rain coming this week, which is very welcome. We obviously still need it. Have you girls gone past here yet? Looks like something's gone through here. Maybe a goat, maybe not. I heard a buzzing and I see a yellow jacket over there. One thing I have not come across yet, two things I have not come across yet are in-ground yellow jacket nests and those big like hornet nests that are like a basketball with a hole in the middle. I haven't come across those either, but I've seen the creatures that live in those types of nests. So I guess it's only a matter of time, and I'm a little bit terrified. Are you guys gonna come through that, or is that thicket way too enticing? I don't really blame you. It's nice and green over there and kind of brown over here. This tree fell right before we moved to the property. It was so big and it was so gorgeous. This is an oak tree. The little bits left do still get green, but this tree is like completely hollow on the inside. And earlier in the year, there was actually a buzzard nest in there. kind of crazy. We did not come down here that much because we didn't want to contend with Mama Buzzard. Levi, I was given a Russian comfrey plant, and Levi planted it right here. Hopefully the goats don't notice it and it can establish. So far so good. It's lived through all that drought that we've had, but we planted it close to the pond on purpose. It's okay. Oh, I was sitting here trying to take a thumbnail. It's okay. It's a long run back to their safe spot. Hey girls, it's okay. See where Levi mowed better from up here. Yeah, they're going back. How you holding up, Stormy? Running really isn't what you should be doing right now. Those are the boys. Well, it's Farrell and the other girls. Nothing to be scared of. I know you want to come back here. We're just waiting a little bit longer to bring you back. Huh. Farrell is enjoying your company anyway. He loves his ladies. Comes a tractor. Well, that's it for the morning check. They look good. I feel like every day I'm seeing little nuggets of progression with Stormy right here. So I've really got my eyes focused on her for sure. Margie, I've had her since 2020, so her and I have a history, and I can read her like a book, and no, she's not gonna kid for probably until this weekend, which is her due date. Stormy might not either, but I'm watching her a lot more closely. You're looking wide in the best way, though. You gotta pee? All right. I mean, pregnant ladies gotta do what pregnant ladies gotta do, right? So even though I hate waiting, I'm really grateful to have a full life here on the farm that has a lot of different tasks that need doing. So we are converting our greenhouse space into a raised garden space, and we are so close to having things done. And so there's a lot of work to do in here to prepare for the fall garden. These are some of my fall and winter starts. This is probably a cabbage, and maybe a cauliflower, I don't know. But there's definitely things in here that can help me take up the time until one of them goes into labor. Now, I wanted to let you guys know, who maybe didn't know, we have a membership here on our YouTube channel. If you click join, you can get all the details. The join button is down below. It's kind of near the subscribe button. And one of the perks to being a member is you get to see the goat births live. I do have a camera in my barn and we live stream the births, and it's a really fun time. I'm sure there will be current members and past members in the comment section down there explain to you how fun the membership is, but this is an especially fun time of year because the goat births are really special. There's other perks as well, like a members and prior members Discord server. That Discord server is available to anybody who has been a member even for just a month. And the Discord server is really fun. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on in there, not just on my farm, but on other farms. It's one of the reasons that I really wanted to open up the Discord server to our members, because I wanted a place where we could really communicate together back and forth, where I wasn't the one always initiating the conversation, and it's all really fun. Now, I can't promise, because I'm filming this Monday and this is going to go up on Wednesday, I can't promise that one of the goats hasn't already given birth by the time you see this video, but Margie's due the 27th, and she usually, you know, goes right up to her due date, and so there's a good chance that there are still goat births to be had this fall, and then there will be plenty come springtime. Also, I do take my camera down to the births while the live stream is going, and I record the birth to put up here free on YouTube. And so don't worry, if you don't want to become a member, I still record the births and I still post them here on YouTube, and we will be posting at least one of those very, very soon.